Hey guys, today we're going to talk a little bit about the baklava. Our baklava is homemade, and we also bake it in-house. I will show you how we bake it and how we put the syrup. And believe it or not, it's one of the more difficult processes, and it takes a while for the staff to get it right. So I strongly recommend it's one guy per store to handle this task until everybody gets trained and fully comfortable with it. What happens, either it doesn't get cooked enough, or it gets cooked too fast and too long, not enough syrup, too much syrup. If it stays tilted and not on a flat surface, the syrup pours on one side, you'll have dry baklava on one side, you'll have super soggy baklava. There are a multitude of things that can go wrong with this one, so only the highly trained people should handle this task. You don't want everybody to bake the baklava. It's really a recipe for disaster, and it will go wrong. Now I'm going to show you how to cut it, because these are just sheets of phyllo dough. They're not cut yet. So you will need I use a damp towel or the help of a coworker. I don't have anybody to help me to this, so I put a damp towel underneath. And then I have this thing right here. It's a roller dough cutter. So with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that will cut my baklava in 7 pieces on a long. You lock it, and then you gently push, make sure it's aligned, all pieces are equal. You don't want to go all the way to the bottom. You just want to score it enough for the syrup to get underneath. One cut is usually what it takes. Now you'll have to adjust. Actually, you leave it the same. You don't have to adjust it, but we'll have to adjust we'll turn the pan the other way. The last 2 wheels, they will be rolling right on the side and of the pan, and I'll make the long cuts. Sometimes the dough will get a little stick to it, and might have to put it back together a little bit, but for the most part it will give us equal cuts, which in the past was kind of hard to get. Alright, now if you got any pieces that might have slid out of place, that's fine. Put it back in place, almost like that. Now you get water. Whatever you put in spray bottles, always label it. Make sure it's not bleach, God forbid, and you have to spray it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's about 15 seconds. I go one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's about enough. This water will prevent the baklava from flaking up, and when the convection oven is cooking it, it will actually evaporate. So you don't have to be worried about doing too much water. The water will evaporate during the cooking process. If you don't do enough water, what's going to happen? Your top, it will start peeling off and flaky and kind of fly through the oven, or your baklava is just going to be all puffy, and it's not good. So definitely, you want to have a good amount of water. You can see there's plenty of water on it. At this point, we'll put it in the oven at 325. Okay guys, so now we just took the baklava out of the oven. Like immediately after you take it out of the oven, you'll have to add the syrup. We add about 3.5 to a maximum of 4 ladles of syrup. This is an 8-ounce ladle. So what you do, you start in the middle, you work your way on the outside. That is one. You want to get syrup in all the cracks, and you want to have your pan on a level surface. If you don't have your pan on a level surface, what's going to happen, all the syrup, it's going to go to one corner wherever it's tilted, and you'll have some very dry baklava on one side and flaky, and you'll have some very soggy baklava on the other side. Now, you take your time, and you don't have to go slow, but I like to get it even, absolutely even. It's my third, and it's about 0.8, it's almost 4. At this point, I'm just gonna hit the corners real good. Sometimes it's hard to get it, a little harder to get it in the corners. So the syrup is room temperature, and the baklava has just came out of the oven. Baklava needs to be hot in order to suck the syrup and not get soggy. It should be crispy on the top and a little soggy on the bottom. All right, and now at this point you're gonna have to let it sit. You cannot cut it. You can let it sit overnight. You can let it sit about 12 hours, but you prefer. You cannot cut into it, and you cannot cover it. If you cover it, it will get soggy. If you cut into it right now, all the syrup is gonna go straight in the bottom of the pan, and your baklava is gonna be dry. So it needs to sit with the syrup in order to the phyllo dough to suck the syrup and make it right. And tomorrow we're just gonna cut it and serve it. Thank you.